Welcome back to Open Source. I'm here with Emily Lyons. Okay, so you were talking about longevity before the break, which
Mhm,
I found fascinating.
mhm.
And I also didn't quite understand how it fits in, but I know you're going to have a brilliant answer. So talk to me more about longevity and dating and how those two intersect.
One of the biggest components to living a long life is our social circles, who we spend the most time with, right? And of course, that means our romantic partnerships. That affects how we do in business, that affects our anxiety, that affects everything. And when we're in a bad relationship, when we have poor skills, obviously that has so many negative effects to us. But more so when we can't find a good relationship and we're lonely, they have found time and time again, and so many more studies within the last year actually, that we live much shorter lives. So that was with, the Surgeon General coming out last year saying that the mortality effects of loneliness is equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Now, I don't know if you checked out that documentary on Netflix about the blue zones, but one of the biggest things that they showed was that, so it's about the people that live the longest in the world. So there's this area, it has the most centurions in the entire world, and one of their biggest things is the strong and positive relationships that they have in their lives. So if we can find and keep great relationships, we can live longer, healthier lives.
It's I mean, what you're doing is so profound in so many ways, right? It's I almost feel dismissive referring to what you're doing as like dating or dating app. Like it's almost like a living app,
Living app. I
you
love
know?
that.
It's like sort of transcended the experience because you're right, because dating has to be contextualized,
Hmm.
within the larger view of your whole life.
Hmm.
Um,
And one of the big problems people have is even if they find somebody, they don't have the good skills to maintain that relationship. We spend so much time interacting with just technology on social media that we've lost those great skills of how to communicate and build and foster really great relationships, which is the fundamental part of our lives.
it's interesting. I'm going to push back a little bit, with love and respect, as I used to say in Clubhouse. Um, because it's interesting because you said how technology has created these sort of like adverse effects, but actually it depends, right? Because technology is
Mhm.
agnostic. Because you're
Yeah,
using technology in a really really unique and beneficial way in the dating
yeah.
space.
And I think and I hope that's where it's going more so than where it has been in recent years. But
Mm,
we see that with, when we see people on a date and they're both on their phones,
mm.
right? It's something so simple, but so important. And not only even just being on your phone, but the simple act of leaving your phone out has huge implications. So they found that it actually signals to somebody that they're not important. If I was doing this interview with you and I had my phone just in my hand,
Mm.
I'm not on it, or it's just sitting out, but it is telling you and the viewers that, okay, I might have something come up that's more important than this interview, and it's not my sole focus. And so it has massive, massive effects, right? So I think when we use technology in a way that helps us with these skills instead of hindering them
Mhm.
is where we got to go.
Are you worried that as technology becomes a larger part of the future, which I believe it is, I think a lot of people can see that. Like, do you think we're going to see more loneliness?
I don't. I think it's going to get better from here. I hope. Especially with platforms like Paris emerging and new technologies that are continuing to come out, I think it's just going to get better.
Okay, but not everyone's doing what you're doing, right?
No, but people are fed up with what is out there.
Okay, so you get this feedback a lot. Like every people are very, very frustrated about the way dating apps are functioning right now.
And they're on the decline.
Right. No,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm single and I don't use dating apps. It's true. I thought I was this irascible, contrarian, but apparently, I'm just like everyone else. It's
Sorry to break it
tragic.
to you.
Um, okay, well, it's interesting actually the issues you bring up because I really just thought, oh, okay, the dating app, tell me about it and how much does it cost? But it's actually like really made me think about life. And it's like you're actually doing, I don't know, it's like the intersection of the evolution of technology plus the evolution of people. The app is Paris. The guest is Emily Lyons. We're going to break. You're here on Open Source.